Very good morning, students. In the previous class, we discussed about a motion in a straight line, and that chapter is finished. And let us will move to the next chapter, that is about a motion in a plane. So the motion in a plane it is actually contains again two topics. One we can say vectors, another one we can say plane. So motion in a plane, in this chapter, in the final examination, we'll get one short answer, that is in IPE final examination, one get a 4 marks question, and another one 2 marks question in the final examination. That we can say SAQ is one, one more is VSAQ is one. So that here this plane is actually contains two topics. One we can say vectors, and another one we can say plane. In this, we'll go to, first of all, we'll about a vectors we should discuss because vector is the very important. You remember? So the vectors are chapter. It is a chapter and it is very important because we will use in all chapters related to vectors. See, we have number of physical quantities, right? In the previous in the units and dimensions, we discussed about some physical quantities. So physical quantities are classified into 3 groups based on their magnitude and direction. That can be resolved, or it can be classified as 3 groups. One we can say vector group, one more we can say scalar group, and another one we can say tensor group. So that here all physical quantities undercomes these 3 quantities. I mean to say vector quantity, scalar quantity, and tensor quantity. Let us will move to the first of all about a vector. So the vector is nothing but the quantity which has magnitude and direction. In the previous classes also we discussed about a vector. So the vector is nothing but the quantity which has magnitude and direction, and also obey the law of vector additions. So we have some addition vectors. Addition in the sense is that is add. So the vector is nothing but the quantity which has magnitude and direction, and also obey the law of addition vector. So that we can call as a vector. Let us coming to the point is, I'll tell you. So we'll go to the directly vectors. So that here you write here in a motion plane, in this you say vectors, right? So first of all about a vector, that we can say a quantity, you say a physical quantity, right, which has magnitude and direction, and also obey the law of vector addition. So this is we can call as a vector. And you remember the vector representation, we can say actually vector is represented as the magnitude into direction. This is we can say vector it is. So the vector is equal to magnitude into direction. Now coming to the point is, here it is comes the examples we know, that is we can say first one velocity is a vector, that we can say v bar it is. Second you take as acceleration, that is also a bar. Like you go for force is a vector f bar. You go for next one linear momentum, that is p bar. Like you go for the next one displacement, yes it is important, it is displacement is s bar. Like you take all fields comes under, one is electric field, one more is magnetic field. Like it is all fields comes to the vector only. And coming to the next one, suppose you take angular momentum, right, like linear momentum, angular momentum, and etc. These all related to vectors. So vector is nothing but the quantity which has magnitude and direction, and also obey the law of vector additions, that we can say a plus b is equal to b plus a. That is a commutative law. In mathematics that will there. So a plus b is equal to b plus a. A is a vector, b is a vector. Therefore a plus b is equal to b plus a. Like that we have a law of addition vector. We'll see in the next classes also related to the addition vectors. Now coming to the point. Sir, what is a scalar? See, I'll tell you, related to scalar is, here it is. Scalar is nothing but a quantity or a physical quantity which has only magnitude, but no direction. See, that mean here no direction in the sense is that it may be in a irregular, or we can say zigzag. So in this comes like you take area, mass, temperature, time, volume, and your you take distance, and so on it is. Like this it comes. So that here a scalar is nothing but a physical quantity which has only magnitude but not direction. The direction is, it is, we can say, in zigzag. So the examples under comes area, mass, temperature, and time, volume, and distance, and etc. Here also we can say etc. it is. Now coming to the next one, tensor. See, a tensor is nothing but so the quantity which has different magnitude, a physical quantity, right, which has different magnitude and different direction, so which we can call as the tensor quantity. In this under comes here, first one we can say here stress is the first one, and second one strain, and we can take moment of inertia, and here it is also inertia. So these are the examples related to tensor. See, there are actually all physical quantities are divided, or it is classified as three groups. One group is the vector group, another group is the scalar group, another one is the tensor group. So vector is a quantity which has magnitude and direction, and scalar is nothing but the quantity which has only magnitude but not direction. Tensor is nothing but a physical quantity which has different magnitude and different directions. So like this we have the related to the vector and scalar and tensor. Let us coming to the point is, in this actually major our discussion related to only vectors, not related to scalars and not related to the tensors. So we'll go for the vector here. Actually in this case vector, I'll tell you one thing. You remember all gradients. So the gradients, all gradients is under comes only vector. Suppose I'll tell you velocity gradient. Yes, velocity gradient is also comes under the vector. Temperature gradient also comes under the vector. See, whatever the gradients are there, potential energy gradient, energy gradient, and like you take all gradients is under comes a vector only. Sir, what is a gradient? Gradient means, suppose I want to say velocity gradient. You take velocity gradient is, that is, it is nothing but a change in velocity by change in distance. Whatever the gradient is there, suppose I want to say energy gradient, so that dE by dx, this variation in distance is common. Temperature gradient, then you say d theta by dx. You remember the quantity and the divide by the distance or variation in distance, that we can call as the gradients. Gradient is like the quantity, the change in quantity divided by distance, change in distance or change in variation. That all comes under a vectors. This is also very important, because actually temperature is a scalar, but whereas the temperature gradient is comes to the vector, gradient it is, that's what it is. So this all gradients is under comes to vector only. We'll move to the major discussion related to vectors, so that the vector is nothing but a, once again I am telling you, that is vector is nothing but a magnitude into direction, and the representation of vector. See, here the vector is to be represented. Vector is represented with arrow at like this. Suppose I want to write a is a vector, so that we should write on the top is like this. And here b is the vector, yes, you write it like this. And velocity is the vector, yes. like force is a vector and acceleration is a vector, so that we should represent it as to the arrowhead. In this arrowhead, I'll tell you one thing. See, it is a tail actually and it is a head. See, from this tail you take as like this, from tail to head it represented, or it is gives the magnitude, or we can also call length of the vector, or we can also say projection. See, this is the projection of vector, all are same. Suppose sometimes he may give you, instead of giving magnitude, he may give you length of vector, or he may give you projection of vector. It is remains same. That is nothing but a magnitude only. Sir, what about this head? Head is gives the direction. See, this is actually representation of vector. See, vector is represented with arrowhead. That's what we should write like this. A is a vector, B is a vector. If we are saying the A is the vector, so you don't write a vector. Simple, you write a on the top, you write a arrowhead. Sometimes we can also write like this also, it is same. It represented is to be same. So that representation of vector is to be like this. So it is represented, vector is equal to magnitude into direction. And in this, actually we have types of vectors. See, there are types of vectors. Actually we have a number of types of vectors. Let we'll discuss which are important in our intermediate IP. So we'll see. First of all, I'll tell you co-initial vector. First type, co-initial vector. Sir, what is mean by co-initial? That here you remember that all vectors, suppose if number of vectors are represented, see that all vectors are started from same point. It starts from the same point. A is the vector, B is the vector, C is the vector, you say D is the vector, E is the vector. You remember the starting point is it is to be remain same for all the vectors. So that's what we can call as the co-initial. Initial point of all vectors are same. Which we can call as the co-initial. And you remember for these vectors, say remember the magnitude may or may not be same, because A is a vector, B is a vector. Is it the magnitudes are same? No, we cannot say it is same. It may be, may or may not be same. That's what co-initial vector is nothing but a, no doubt it is also vector, and the starting point of all vectors are same. And you remember that all vectors magnitude may or may not be same. If may be same or may not be same. That's what we can call co-initial vector. Let us will move to the second type. Here co-linear vector. Sir, what is co-linear? Again same. It is a number of vectors are represented along the same direction. Linear in the sense is that all vectors are represented along the same direction. Suppose you take A is a vector and B is the vector, C is the vector, D is the vector, E is the vector, and so on. So this all vectors are represented along the same straight line. It represented in the same straight line, in a one line. And also here also same thing, the magnitude may or may not be same. If may be same or may not be same. So that you remember collinear in the senses. See, the number of vectors are represented in a one straight line, in a one line, all represented in a one line, so that the magnitude may or may not be same. And coming to the co-initial also same. You remember the starting point is same, but the magnitude may or may not be same. And we'll move to the next one. That is about a coplanar. See, the coplanar vectors are nothing but in a one plane. You take as x and y. It is a plane. In this plane, there are number of vectors are represented, like it is b vector, c vector, and d vector, and you say e vector. Look at, there are number of vectors are represented in a one plane. There are number of vectors are represented in a one plane. A vector, b vector, c vector, d vector, e vector. And you remember again the magnitude may or may not be same. See, this is the coplanar. Coplanar in the sense is there are a number of vectors are represented in a one plane. So that in that plane the vectors magnitude may or may not be same. This is about a coplanar. Here co-initial, collinear, coplanar. Co in the sense that are represented in the same. So here you say magnitudes may or may not be same. Here also magnitude may or may not be same. Magnitude may or may not be same. These are the types of vectors. And next type that is very very important. The fourth type we can say. Everyone remember vector in the sense is, that is vector is equal to magnitude into direction. Magnitude into direction. Let us. We'll move to the next one. That is about a unit vector. From here it is very very important. Sir, what is mean by unit vector? And it is represented as with the cap. We can take like this cap. Cap. See, a vector representation is, we can say a bar it is, a bar it is, a bar it is, like this. Representation of vector we can say bar. Whereas the unit vector, so the unit vector representation is with cap. That's what here I'll tell you. A is a unit vector. Yes, we can say a cap. Suppose you want to say B is the unit vector. Yes. Suppose you want to say I is the unit vector. Yes. J is the unit vector. Yes. K is the unit vector. So that here you remember unit vector is nothing but a, the vector whose magnitude is equal to 1. Unit in the sense is 1. That's what here you write. A vector whose magnitude is equal to 1. However, it is vector only, because magnitude is there as well as direction is there, and it is obeys the law of addition vector also. So that the vector whose magnitude is equal to 1, which we can call as the unit vector. And here there is a one formula is there for this. Suppose a cap is equal to a vector by magnitude of a. This is the very very important in case of a unit vectors. Unit vector a cap is equal to a vector by magnitude of a. Magnitude or length of vector. Magnitude in the sense is modulus. Modulus always will get the positive, will not get a negative. If we are finding the magnitude, in that case we will get only positive value, because the magnitude is represented only positive. Let us say next one. In this case, actually, suppose I'll give you related to the unit vector. See, let us you take a like see x, y, z axis. Actually, x, y, z, 3 are mutually perpendicular. Look at 3 are mutually perpendicular like this. We can take like this. X, y, z, or the 3 are mutually perpendicular axis in a plane. Look at here, it is a one plane is there. So it is represented x, y, z. So you want to say in other way x, y, z, anyone, because 3 are mutually perpendicular. So now I am taking the diagram. Let us you take, it is an x axis, it is a y axis, right? And you remember in general, in case of a unit vectors, see here I cap and j cap and k cap are the unit vectors or the unit vectors. It is very very important in vectors, that represented as what? I, j, k or unit vector is nothing but I is equal to 1, j is equal to 1, k is equal to 1. And here in case of this plane, now we have to show I, j, k. See, in this case x is always represented as I cap and y is always represented as a j cap, and here opposite to the x we can say minus x, no? So we can say minus I cap, and y is opposite, we can say minus j cap it is. This is minus y. And coming to the where is the z? See, z is actually it is represented like this. So that we cannot draw like this, no? We cannot draw. So that for that purpose you draw a z axis, it is vertically up is 1 and vertically down is 1. So this is a z and which represented as a k cap, and vertically down it is a minus z minus k cap. So here we should write here one point here. See, for vertically up, which we can say plus z axis, and it is represented as a plus k cap, and for vertically down is we can say minus z, that is minus k cap. That is, suppose I'll tell you, suppose if one bird is flying vertically up, one bird is flying vertically up, for that situation we can take as the plus k cap. Suppose the bird is flying downward, so for this situation we can take as the minus k cap. Like that, here the vertically upward is z and vertically downward is minus z. So here I'll show you another one also, I, j, k. Here we have to show the east, north, south also. See, along this east, you say it is a east, it is a north, and it is a west and it is a south. You remember east axis is represented as a I cap, and north axis is represented as a j cap, and west axis is represented as a minus I cap, south axis is represented as a minus j cap. See, east, north, south we have, so that east, west, north and south. So east is represented as plus I cap, south is represented as a minus j cap, and west is represented as a minus I cap, and north is represented as a plus j cap. So these are also very, very important. And here I will tell you one more also. Here you look at actually I, j, k are mutually perpendicular unit vectors. See, I, j, k are mutually, suppose you take like this, I will show you. See, look at 3 are mutually perpendicular. One we can say x, y and it is z. X, y, z. 3 are mutually perpendicular. I, j, k. 3 are mutually perpendicular unit vectors. See, there is a perpendicular is nothing but we can call the angle between. There is a very, very important the angle between any two unit vectors is equal to 90, which we can call as orthogonal vectors. Okay, this is the orthogonal vector. That's what we can say. I cap is equal to j cap magnitude is equal to k cap magnitude is equal to 1. I cap, j cap, k cap is equal to 1. And you remember the angle between any two unit vector is equal to 90, that we can call orthogonal vectors. Orthogonal vectors. It is another type. That's what we can say. Angle between any two unit vector is equal to 90. So if it is 90, we can call as a orthogonal unit vectors. Is it okay now? Now it is fully related to unit vectors, and your unit vector is nothing but a cap is equal to a vector by magnitude of a. Is it okay now? This is the information which is very, very important. I, j, k are the unit vectors. Everyone remember it is. I, j, k are the unit vectors. I is represented along x, y is represented along a y is represented j, along a z is represented a k, which is very, very important in this case, right? Let us see actually the vector representation. So that here suppose a is a vector. Sir, we can represent a. How we can represent? See. We can say here it is. I will give you again once again this diagram, because in a plane if a vector a is given, in a plane if a vector a, let you take it is x, y, and actually z we should draw like this, but instead of taking here you take it z is like this. In this plane these 3 are mutually perpendicular, no? So that in this plane you take a one vector. The vector is, you say a is a vector like this. And here a is a vector, no? The vector representation is must be with ijk in terms of ijk. That's what I'll give you like this. Along x axis we can take like this, ax, along a y is ay, and along a z is az. And also we know this is along a x is I cap, y is j cap, and z is k cap. So the vector a is represented as it is ax I cap, and ay j cap, and az k cap. Sir, what is the magnitude? How will get the magnitude? Magnitude will be magnitude of a is equal to, here it is, everyone remember, it is square root of, however I is equal to 1, j is equal to 1, k is equal to 1, because it is a unit vectors, no? So we can take as 1, 1, 1. So it is not required. Directly we can take like this, ax square plus ay square plus az square. It is, we can call magnitude or length of vector or projection of vector. Anyone you take, magnitude. So the calculation of magnitude we can get like this. Magnitude a is equal to root over ax square plus ay square plus az square. Suppose I will give you one example problem to find a magnitude. A is equal to, it is 2i cap plus 3j cap minus 6k cap is given. It is a vector. So then find a magnitude of vector. Then find a magnitude of a vector. So that magnitude in the sense is very simple. It is root over, right? You take here, it is, you compare this. I, j, k are there. Yes, I, j, k are there. Ax is equal to what happens? 2. Ay is equal to what happens? 3. Az is equal to what happens? Minus 6. So you take 2 square plus 3 square plus minus 6 square, because AZ is equal to minus 6 is given. So that the magnitude A is equal to root over 4 plus 9 plus 36. So magnitude A is equal to, because 2 square is nothing but a 4, 3 square is nothing but a 9, and 6 square is nothing but a 36. Minus is there, no, it is square term, so it is becomes 36. So that it is becomes a 49. Then magnitude A, root 49 is nothing but a 7. So this is the way we should get the magnitude in case of if he is asking magnitude or length of vector. Suppose in this, again I will give you another one also. Sometimes he may ask you like this, see, find magnitude or length of vector in xy plane. Only just is asking in xy plane. Sir, then what we have to take? In xy plane in the sense is x and y only you take. Magnitude of x and y, that is magnitude of x, y, only you take two terms, that is ax square plus ay square. And you go for a, suppose is asking yz plane, only yz plane is asking, then you go like this, yz is equal to root over ay square plus az square. And last one, suppose is asking xz plane, then you say ax square plus az square. These are the methods to finding the magnitude or length of vector, So these are the example related to magnitude or length of vector or projection of vector. Is it okay, everyone? So this is the actually how to find a magnitude or a length of a vector. This is the example one. And if any given like this in a plane, xy plane, in a yz plane, in a zx plane is given, then you take like this, ax square plus ay square root, and az is root over, it is ay square plus az square, and it is the magnitude of xz is equal to root over ax square plus ay square. Okay, this is the today's class, and we'll see the next types of vector in the next classes. Thank you very much.